Hello, Budget Kings and Queens. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Budgets with Elma, and as always, I love having you here. On my channel, we do budgets with me, we do saving challenges, we do sinking funds, we do cash stuffing, we do month overview, we do closeouts for our budget, and we do everything that has to do with budget from A to Z. If this is something that you like, please think about becoming a subscriber by sharing, and subscribing to my channel. Now, if you're kings and queens that you are already part of the family, welcome back. As always, I love having you here. Today in this video, I will be talking about tips and tricks to saving when shopping for back to school. Also, we'll be going over the budget I'm doing for my family, okay? For the kids to go back to school, okay? Their school has started, but I just want to go over how I budgeted for them to go back to school and shopping for their school supplies. With that being said, let's get into it. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking about tips on how to shop for back to school and doing a budget for back to school. But let me know in the comments below if your kids have already started going to school already, okay? For us this week, my kids have gone to school, two of them actually, and then my oldest, she'll be going very shortly, but the two younger ones have started and they are super happy, okay? So I just wanted to go over what I did budget-wise to get them ready for that big day, okay? So let me know in the comments below, when did your school start for your kids, okay? If you have kids, when did school start for them, okay? Let's go over some valuable tips that helped me and can help you in the future, or if they have not gone back to school and they're going in September instead of August, tips that will help you along the way to do a great budget to get them ready for back to school. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so tips, I'm going to do it on this side. Tips, okay, and for back to school, okay? And let me know in the comments below if you have kids, are you happy that they're back to school, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm super happy. Okay, yes, I'm super happy that school is back in session and everything is back to normal, okay? Now, tip number one, okay? When you're thinking about doing a budget for kids to go back to school, you want to take an inventory, okay? Take an inventory. And when I say inventory, you look around the house and you look at things that they already had from the year prior, okay? Like school supplies, any uniforms that they didn't wear that was either too big or that still fits, any shoes that are still able to be used, that sort of thing, you know, jackets and things like that. You want to do an inventory of what you already have before doing any moves on doing shopping for your mini-me's, okay? So take inventory of what you already have, okay? Step two. You want to set a budget, okay? Create a budget for back to school. Okay? Remember, whatever we do something regarding our finances, we want to have a plan, right? We want to brainstorm. We want to have something in place. So having a budget will help you stick to not only your financial amount that you're budgeting for, but it'll make sure that you get everything you need, okay, within your budget. Number three, you want to research, okay, for sales. What I like to do whenever the school gives me a list of what they need, I automatically go on Google, my favorite friend, but you could use any search engine that you like. And you go on there and I just put some of the supplies just to see which retail store, okay, has a better deal. Whether that's online or an actual physical retail store, I want to see where the good deals are, okay? You want to search for deals when you're researching, okay? You want to see if some stores have a match-up price, right? Policy, meaning if you found it somewhere cheaper, they don't mind matching it to that same amount. So you want to look for those type of deals. You want to check when you're doing your research if they offer free shipping for a certain amount based on what you buy. Because sometimes it's cheaper online, but once you add in the shipping fee, then it's the same price as if you went into the store. So you want to do your research and really look at where you can save those additional amounts, okay? So do your research whenever you're shopping, okay? Number 4, you want to check to see if any tax, okay, free week, okay? So each state has their own tax-free week, which some of them call it sale tax holiday, okay? For us in the state of Florida, ours was July 24, which was a Monday, to August 6th, which was a Sunday, okay? And that was our week-long tax-free week where we could shop on certain things, especially on school supply items, where we didn't pay tax on them, just the regular price of the actual item. So you want to check in your Department of Revenue based on your state what dates that actually took effect, okay? I definitely took advantage of that and did buy majority of my kids' things around that time, okay? So you want to check if there is a tax-free week in the state where you reside, okay? Number 5, another tip to saving money when doing a back-to-school budget, right, is to buy in large amounts, okay? That means in bulk. So some of your places where you would purchase some of those things would be like your Costco, your Sam Club, your BJ's. And if you do not have any membership with any of those retailers, then you would then, if you're going to buy at your regular grocery store, such as your Walmart, Target, Aldi, whatever grocery store you have, Kruger, you want to buy the bulk size, right? The large amount, the big family size, bulk size, right? Because you're saving more when you buy a bigger quantity, but you also want to look if it's generic brand, okay? Sometimes when it's generic brand, you save more than getting the actual, actual brand. So you want to buy in bulk, okay? So those are the tips you want to look for when doing a back to school, okay? Number 6, if your kids wear uniforms, you want to check to see if the school has used, uniforms, that they're giving away, okay? So if they have used uniforms at the school. I know at my daughter's school, they do wear uniforms. All of my kids' schools, actually, except the oldest who's in college now. They allow the kids to purchase. Not only we purchase uniform at a particular store that they give us, but they've been a little lenient and they just provided us with the colors that they wanted, and we could buy it at any store, Walmart, Target, any stores that sells uniforms. But they also do like a clothes drive where if there's lightly used uniforms that no longer fits for the students, they bring them to the front office, and then they allow the parents to come in and look through them and see what you would like to get, and they're free. Sometimes it's uniforms, uniform jackets, uniform pants, lightly used shoes. So you want to check with the school because they always have used, lightly used uniforms, okay, for you to save money. All right. Another thing is you want to research. This goes back to researching. Like my daughter, she needed composition notebooks. Currently now, Target and Walmart has composition notebooks for 50 cents each. So I was able to pick out of either one I wanted. Matter of fact, I ordered from both places, so both her and my son could have a big quantity of different types of composition notebooks. But my daughter's school needed her to have a journal composition notebook, which is something different. And I looked around everywhere, and believe it or not, I was able to find it on Amazon, going back to research, for cheaper okay, than both Walmart and Target. So it's very important that you do research, which is step number 3. So again, the steps to shopping smart for back to school: number 1 is taking inventory of what you have in your home, and then based on that, you can then make a list of the additional things you may need, okay, which is setting that budget, right? Which is step number 2. You want to break down what you need for each individual children that you have, or if you have just one, then you would be able to do the budget based on the list of what you need, right? Step number 3, you want to do your research on sales that they have locally or online, right? Where it can be shipped to you, and you want to look at where the deals are, whether it's a deal you coming in physically into the retail store, or is it a better deal to shop online, and where are those deals. Different department stores have different sales. And around this season, during school season, the best places to buy the essential of school supplies is Walmart and Target. You can buy them different places, like Walgreens. They have some good sales on like pens and pencils and things like that. But for those real nice, good quality, but cheap, crayons, pencils, highlighters, dry erasers, sharpeners, the best deals are currently now at Walmart and Target. That they sell them for like 50 cents, and some of like glue sticks maybe 25 cents. So there's a lot of great deals where you can really save by doing your research. Okay, so those are the 6 steps to saving money to shop for back to school. Now I'm going to switch this over so I can put the budget that I'm having for my kids. Okay, so for my kids, and I have 3 kids. Okay, remember, I have one in elementary, one in middle school, and one is a college student, okay, that me and my hubby are super proud about. Okay, so for the budget of back to school, for my kids, for the essentials, okay, we want for backpack, I am budgeting $80 to $100, okay, for backpacks. That's for all 3 kids, okay? Whether they get like a notebook or messenger, those little backpacks that's to the side, or they get a regular backpack. I'm budgeting for all 3 kids backpacks between 80 to 100. That's for all 3 of them. Okay. For the essentials of back to school, such as pencils, pens, highlighters, pencil pouch, notebooks, folders, planners, loose leaf paper, crayons, markers, rulers, scissors, erasers, glue, calculator, all of that. Okay, I am budgeting for the back to school essentials, right? All the things I mentioned. So I'm going to put essentials. Let's see. So back to school, such as pencils. I won't write everything out, but I'll just abbreviate. And other supplies, which I've just mentioned, I am budgeting $100 for the rest for all 3 kids, okay? Because like I mentioned, Walmart and Target has such a great deal on all the things I just mentioned. $100 should be enough for all 3 kids to purchase the essentials, such as pencil, pens, folders, markers, and everything else that I just mentioned, okay? And for clothing, okay, and I am budgeting $300 for clothes. Let's see, and shoes, okay, for this amount. And I'm just going to put a little arrow here, okay, for my 2 oldest kids, okay, which equals here $600, okay? So it would be $300 for each of my kids, my older ones, okay, my middle school and my college-bound daughter, $300 for each of them. That includes all their clothing and shoes. So clothing would be like my son, he wears uniforms, so that would be for his pants, shirts, and, undershirts, boxers, socks, belt, jacket, anything, you name it, it is within that $300. Shoes is also budgeted in there. And if we are short in shoes, my husband, of course, will chip in wherever we're short. But as for me, I am budgeting $300 for each of my kids. Now, my oldest one, she does work while going to school. And for the summer, she didn't go to school. So she just simply worked. So she is purchasing things for herself. But for me personally, I will be giving her $300 to also buy clothes and shoes. So for my two oldest kids, it's $600 for them to get their clothing items. For my daughter, it would be any outfits that she need, bra, underwear, etc. Okay. And so for lunchbox and water bottles, it will just be for my younger daughter, and I am budgeting $20 to $25. Okay, and that's for my youngest daughter, and I'm going to abbreviate that. Okay, and then I believe that should be it. So let's see, back to school. So their backpacks, $80 to $100 for all three kids. Okay, 3 kids. Okay, pencils, pens, and other school supplies, $100 for them because we're purchasing that at Walmart. I've already looked at the prices and I've already purchased them. So it was doable to do it for that price. For each kids that are my two oldest, each of them get $300 for school shopping, and that includes their clothing and shoes, okay? And for my youngest one, for her clothes, okay, which are uniform and shoes, which is always cheaper to purchase shoes for her because she's so tiny, and the younger kids, their shoes is not more expensive than older kids. I am budgeting $200 for my youngest daughter, okay? And for her, that would be including her uniform shirts, pants, skirt, and dress, okay? And her shoes, which is just sneakers. A couple of sneakers. She doesn't need that many. And so that will be the budget for her. So when I calculate everything, okay, for back to school, this section here, which includes pencils, pens, and highlighters, pencil pouch, notebooks or folders, planners, loose leaf paper, crayon and markers, rulers, scissors, erasers, and glue, and calculator if needed, okay, will be in this budget here, okay? So when I calculate everything, total, okay, amount budgeted, that gives me $100 for backpack for all 3 kids, $100 for school supplies, okay, $300 for each older kid, which equals $600, okay, $25 for lunchbox, okay, and for my younger one, she's $200, okay, let me make sure I got that correctly, because each of the kids are $300. For Nay, this will also be included in there. Oopsie, right here. So the lunchbox will be included. So I'm going to minus this. Okay. And there you go. So $100 for back to school backpacks, $100 for supplies such as pencil, pens, and etc. $300 for each older kid. Okay, $200 for my youngest daughter. All right, and This lunchbox and water will be included in the $200. So I minus that. That gives me $1,000. Also within this will be included my son's PE uniforms, pants and shirt. Each of them a separate fee, but within the same amount. This will also include their spirit shirts. Every Friday, they get to wear the school logo shirts, not their regular uniforms, but it's like a polo little regular shirt they can wear with jeans, because the rest of the days of the week, Monday through Thursday, they wear uniforms, and then Friday they wear dress down. Okay, and that's included in this amount as well. Okay, 2 spirit shirts for each, and that's it. And so that will be a budget of $1,000 for 3 kids. Okay, from back to school essential supplies, electronics, okay, such as calculators, flash drives, and for kids, clothes, pants, shoes, undergarments, and I mentioned shoes and sneakers. That includes belts, jackets, lunchbox, and uniform shirts, spirit shirts. That gives me a total of $1,000. Now, I am going to be doing a follow-up video on how much I budgeted versus what I actually spent on the budget for the back to school. So again, my name is Budgets with Elma, and I really appreciate you staying to watch the whole video on how to budget for back to school and tips on how to save to shop for back to school. So in the comments below, as I mentioned, let me know if your kids have already started going back to school. And if they have already, what date did they start? Okay, for my kids, they started on Monday of this week, and today is Wednesday. So they're getting ready currently right now, because I'm making this video before going to work, but they're currently getting ready for their school day. So with that being said, my name is Budgets with Elma. Thank you for coming to view my video, and I will see you on my next one.